Alright, I have been listening to a popping, clunking, generally annoying sound coming from the back side of this Dodge Magnum. So today I'm going to replace the rear shocks, and let's open it up and see what we have. It's a shocking. This bolt, the bottom bolt, or nut, I'm sorry, this nut here is 18 millimeter, and the bolt end of it, if I can get a shot of it, the bolt end of it right here is 15 millimeter, and then the two on the top right here are 16 millimeter. The problem I have with this nut here is I don't have an 18 millimeter deep socket, which I would need to loosen that, and I thought I had a 18 millimeter crescent wrench, but evidently I don't have one or don't know where it is. So I'm going to give it a go with this. All right. Well, it's turning, so that's good. I was kind of concerned about the suspension's in full droop, but I was kind of thinking there might still be some tension on that spring, but I don't think that's the case here, because this is, I can turn it with my hand. It's plenty loose in there. So I'm going to take those two out, and then pull that bolt, and let's see if we can get it out of there. Deep socket 16, got those loose. Let's see if I can. This is familiar, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to get both of these out of there and get this shock out. Now I'm going to remove the nut off the top of this use my adjustable wrench to hold the shaft from turning. So I'll do it like this. I don't have a torque wrench that works like a crescent wrench, so I'll just have to get 5 threads showing and call it good. There we go. Okay, so that, and our washer, and our mount, and our protective shield, and our bump stop. So this is what we have left. Now, one thing you might wonder, why did I get Sachs shocks? Well, if you look right there, these are Sachs shocks from the factory. So I got the Sachs brand rather than the ones called Mopar. So my hope is that these will just be the same thing, but a whole lot less. let's see. It's got a part number 04895507AC. That's the same as what's on the sticker. No surprise there. Made in Mexico. All right, well, let's compare with the new one. That's the original part number. So Magnums, I guess, up to 102004, and then would be one part number or the other, and that matches what's on here. I have the AC part number, and so in looking, I ordered these new ones from Rock Auto, and they actually referenced that AC. I think they had AD as well. I'm not sure what the difference, what they changed at the factory there, but and looking at these, I mean, everything here, I mean, the length all looks the same. I'm going to cut the strap off of here, and we can compare. I'm hoping these aren't going to be so much stronger than these. I won't be able to compress them, but I don't think that'll be the case. So let's cut this off of here. There we go. And away it goes. Yeah, okay. Pull this off of here. Get that out of the way. Get this off. Oh, they gave me a new nut. Okay, cool. So let's compare. And the part numbers are the same left to right, so no concern there. I'm going to do the other side as well, obviously. Yeah, I mean, those look the same. Let's compare. Let me get the bolt. So the original, yeah, I mean, it's tight, but it's not, I mean, it's not like it's a snug fit, because that's actually tapered down a little bit right there. So on this one, let's see if it feels the same. Yeah, it feels the same. May even feel a little better, actually. So no worries there. And then looking at this end, I think, let's see what kind. Yeah, they have a nylock nut on there. I mean, it all looks the same to me as far as the height here. I mean, I think, at least physically, these look to be a perfect match. So I'm going to get the new one put in, and it'll be the reverse. I'll see if I can get the torque specs for you. I think it was 38 foot-pounds on the uppers, and then see on this lower one, I don't remember what it was. I'll have to look it up. Okay, it's 53 foot-pounds for the lower nut and 38 foot-pounds for the two uppers. But it's important, you want the weight of the vehicle, I think it's probably more so important for that bottom nut. You want the weight of the vehicle to be on the car. So I'm going to swap the other side and get it to this point as well. And then I'm going to move, I'll jack the car up and then move my perches there, and then put them underneath the control arm here, so that I can put the weight of the car on there and still be able to access that nut right there. All right, down we go. All right, I'm just gonna snug this up with my ratchet. It's a little bit awkward to get under here. So I'm going to snug this down and then I'll get a torque wrench on it here in a second. Alright. So I had to get my long extension here just to get in here and reach it. So I put my torque wrench on 55 foot-pounds instead of 53, just to, because there's some twist I'm going to get from this extension, so I just wanted to make sure that I have enough torque on the actual bolt. And then on the back side I have my adjustable wrench. It's kind of wedged in there. Let's get close now. I went ahead and torqued the lower bolt on the driver's side, and now I just have to do the uppers on both sides, and those are 38 foot-pounds. Now we just need to put the wheels on. Okay, here's the old shock. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening here. I can, whenever I move this, there's probably, I would say, an 1/8 of an inch of movement in there before it actually, before there's any real movement of the valve that's down in here. When I was getting a popping in here, that was being transmitted to some degree through this rubber, and then I would hear it inside the car. So that's why I was feeling, whenever I rock the car, when I would feel it up here at the top, because this mount and all of this is kind of one unit with the rubber of the bushing in there. So so the actual problem is the valve itself inside the shock. So with that, mission accomplished, problem is fixed. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.